Dementia is a brain disorder in which there is a deterioration in memory, thinking, behaviour and the ability to perform everyday activities. There are different types of dementia, Alzheimer's disease being the most common. It affects 62% of those diagnosed. There are currently around 850,000 people with dementia in the UK. This is estimated to rise to 1.6 million by 2040. The main question today being, is dementia preventable?
My dad, Brian Arnold, was born in 1938 and he married very young, married my mum, Hazel. My dad was a coach and lorry driver. When he was about 50 years old, I believe, he was driving a coach. Just as he arrived at the station, had a stroke. He fell out the coach and had a stroke, was rushed to hospital. So it's quite a big turnaround, big trauma in his life, really. In about 1990, though, however, my mum and my dad split up. My dad moved out and he moved in with another woman he was seeing and ended up divorcing my mum and marrying her and had 2 children with her. I started to notice in about 2016, I believe it was, he wasn't looking after himself. The house was dirty. He wasn't bothered about coming out. I offered to take him out places, but he still wasn't bothered. He didn't see his children at this point because his ex-wife now didn't want them to see him. When I used to go around there, he tried to make me cups of tea, didn't understand, he couldn't remember, and I thought, this is a bit strange now. He's starting to lose almost like his memory. He's forgetting things. I explained to the doctors what was happening, and then the doctor actually said he seems to be having some sort of memory loss, and he thought it was probably the onset of dementia. Asked him a few questions, like who was current Prime Minister, what his age was, who I was, how many children he had. He only could have managed to answer one question out of those, so he was referred again for some more memory tests. He laughed a lot, and it was almost like a nervous laugh because he didn't know what was going on. Eventually, after some time, I managed to get him into a home that actually helped people with dementia. One of the signs or the symptoms of it is that he was very aggressive, and he was very aggressive towards the staff. He was quite violent, actually, physically violent, which is unusual for him. One day he fell over in his bedroom and they rushed him to Bournemouth Hospital. It turned out he actually broke his hip. Eventually he was rushed to Poole Hospital to have the hip operation. Again, he couldn't have it. And then I got a call on the Friday night saying that he deteriorated so much, and by the time I got there, he'd actually died and he was at peace. So to this day, I was told he died of pneumonia. With the onset of dementia as well, having an effect on him, unfortunately. And that was it.
As a nurse on the ward that I'm actually on, we deal with patients that come in for rehab, mainly elderly patients, quite a few with dementia. Main things are just trying to find out what their normal routine is and how they work day to day. You can't prevent dementia. Main things to try and alleviate dementia is not to smoke, maintaining a healthy weight, keeping a good exercise regime, walking, managing sort of health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, doing crosswords, puzzles are a really good thing as well, interacting with others.
In terms of causes, there's a range of causes for dementia. There's so many different types. You have vascular, Lewy body, Alzheimer's. So depending on which type of dementia you have, depends on the cause. But it can come from things such as stroke or damage to the nerve endings in the brain. It can be passed out through genes. So there's not one particular cause to it. It's just a range of different causes that come together. In terms of a cure, I think because it is a disease of the brain is so complicated, so I don't think we're anywhere near close to a cure, but I think we can learn to manage dementia and learn how to cope with it, because dementia can affect every part of daily living. And I think instead of focusing on a cure, we can focus on how to manage daily living and help people who have dementia and help people who are family and friends of someone with dementia live comfortably.